Today, something big just happened in the AI world. A company that many people thought was falling behind in artificial intelligence is suddenly back in the race. And that company is Meta. Yes, the same Meta behind Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp has just launched a brand new AI model called Muse Spark. And this is not just another update. This is Meta's first major AI release from its newly created superintelligence lab. A lab that exists for one purpose: to build the future of artificial intelligence. But here is where things get interesting. While this new model is powerful and shows clear progress, it still struggles in one critical area: coding. And that weakness tells us something much bigger about the future of AI. Let's break this down in simple terms. First, what exactly is Muse Spark? Muse Spark is a large AI model, similar to systems like ChatGPT, Google Gemini, or Claude. But Meta is taking a slightly different approach. Instead of just building a chatbot, they are trying to build something they call personal superintelligence. In simple words, this means an AI that doesn't just answer questions, but actually helps you complete tasks, make decisions, and even act like a digital assistant that understands your life. This new model is designed to work across Meta's entire ecosystem. That means it will soon be integrated into Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, Messenger, and even Meta's smart glasses. Think about that for a second. Instead of opening a separate AI app, your AI assistant will be everywhere, inside the apps you already use daily. Now, here is what makes Muse Spark different. Unlike older AI models, Muse Spark is multimodal. That means it can understand not just text, but also images and possibly even other types of input. For example, you could take a picture of food and the AI could estimate calories. Or you could scan a product and it could compare options instantly. This is a big shift from traditional AI, which mostly worked with text only. But that is not all. Meta has also introduced something called multi-agent reasoning. That sounds complex, but here is the simple version. Instead of one AI thinking step by step, multiple AI agents work together at the same time to solve a problem. Imagine planning a trip. One AI finds flights, another compares destinations, a third suggests activities, and all of them work simultaneously to give you a better answer faster. That is the direction Meta is heading toward. Now let's talk about performance. Early reports show that Muse Spark actually performs very well in certain areas. In fact, it beats some competitors like Google's Gemini in specific tasks, especially in areas like health-related queries. That is impressive. It means Meta is no longer far behind. They are catching up. But here is the catch. Muse Spark still struggles with coding tasks. And this is important, because coding has become one of the biggest benchmarks for AI capability. Models like OpenAI's GPT and Anthropic's Claude are already strong in coding, helping developers write, debug, and optimize code. Meta openly admitted that their model is not as strong in this area yet. So what does this mean? It tells us that AI development is not uniform. Different companies are focusing on different strengths. Meta seems to be focusing more on real-world usage, social interactions, recommendations, health insights, and consumer behavior, while others are focusing more on technical capabilities like coding and enterprise solutions. Now let's step back and look at the bigger picture. Why is this launch such a big deal? Because Meta is investing massively in AI. We are talking about tens of billions of dollars. In fact, Meta's projected capital spending could reach around $135 billion as they build data centers, chips, and infrastructure. They have also hired top talent, including Alexander Wang, the former CEO of Scale AI, in a deal worth around $14 billion. This is not a small experiment. This is a full-scale war for AI dominance, and investors are paying attention. After the announcement of Muse Spark, Meta's stock jumped significantly, with gains reported between 6 to 10% depending on the day. That tells us one thing clearly. The market believes Meta is back in the AI race. But there is also criticism. Some experts argue that the model is overly optimized for benchmarks and does not perform as well in real-world scenarios. Others point out that Meta's shift from open-source models like Llama to a more closed system could limit innovation. And this brings us to a very important debate in the AI world: open versus closed AI. Meta was once a leader in open-source AI, allowing developers to build on their models. But now, with Muse Spark, they are moving toward a more controlled approach. Why? Because control means monetization. And monetization is the key to turning AI from a cost center into a profit engine. Meta is already planning to use this AI for shopping recommendations, personalized ads, and content discovery. Imagine scrolling Instagram and having an AI that knows exactly what you want to buy before you even search for it. That is powerful, and also slightly concerning, because it raises questions about privacy and data usage. Now let's talk about the future. Muse Spark is not the final product. It is just the beginning. Meta has clearly stated that this is the first step in a larger roadmap towards superintelligence. Future versions will likely be more powerful, faster, and better at tasks like coding. And this is where things get interesting. Because the AI race is no longer just about building the smartest model. It is about building the most useful one. OpenAI is focusing on productivity. Google is focusing on search and enterprise. Meta is focusing on social integration and consumer behavior. Different strategies, same goal: to become the platform where AI lives. So what should you, as a viewer or even an investor, take away from this? First, AI competition is accelerating faster than ever. Second, no single company is winning yet. Third, the next phase of AI will be deeply integrated into everyday life, not just separate apps. And finally, companies that control user data and distribution platforms, like Meta, may have a huge advantage. Because they don't just build AI, they already have billions of users. And that combination could define the future of technology. So yes, Muse Spark may not be perfect, it may lag in coding, it may face criticism, but one thing is clear: Meta is no longer sitting on the sidelines, they are back in the game. And the AI race just got a lot more interesting. This is Pie Uncut, and if you want to stay ahead in the world of technology, business, and AI, make sure you keep watching, because the future is being built right now, and we are just getting started.